Sounds good. Good morning. Happy
Good.
New Year.
Good morning,
Coming.
everybody. We survived another week and we've survived another year all on the same day. Woo! Good for us.
Yeah, southern Wisconsin is getting their second snowfall.
Texas is getting its second night. Well, no, we've had several nights in the 30s. And it's not getting really warm during the day. I mean, well, to y'all, you'd think this is March. This is lovely. But if you're down here, it's not. So,
Um, Pegasus giving you a little shout out.
mm-hmm. Well, I hope to. Sometimes it's not political knowledge, sometimes it's just common sense. If when they open their mouth in normal conversation and they're saying stupid things, they're going to say it in a political context, you know? I live in a state where the governor decided yesterday, according to the headlines, that he knows more than the Pope and that Jesus was never meant to be a refuge for people to come to. I mean, it was the most amazing article I've ever seen in my life. I went, what the?
Some of these GOP are just unreal. How there's how can they just live by no compassion? Just
Yeah, and he looks like a mean, evil little person anyway. And the two guys with him are. And then Paxton said it would disrupt government if they went after him for the illegal acts he had before he came into office.
oh, of course,
No, what's disrupted government is having an AH like you in office. Thank you.
true. And of course, the GOP they don't want to fix anything.
Nope.
Otherwise, they'll have no talking points if everything was good.
Yeah, we got a question off my when I ask people that when I tell them whatever time Scott and I decide to start the show, when I tell them on Saturday night so they can plan their Sunday morning. And this is a joint effort on Scott's and my part to screw everybody's life up this way. So it's not just that he got snow, but we had a question from someone about when would there be some relief for the elderly. Well, we're getting an 8% raise in our Social Security, which is, you know, pretty good considering what we got during the Trump years. And they also went through a whole list of things, medical costs. And I don't know where they live, but when they passed the law that put insulin down to $35 a month, and I lived in a building full of old people, and I know of at least one woman who died because her insulin was too expensive for her to afford. So that was wonderful. But when they passed that law, they also passed a lot of other measures to even out what people pay for medical services. And um, I don't know where this person lives, but they were implying that to get COVID shots or RSV or any of the routine tests or things, it costs you money. And I haven't paid for any of that stuff in a couple of years. So, you know, I don't know where they live. I don't know what the circumstances are that are around them, but I've seen a lot of changes since Biden got in office where
Yep.
they took care of that. And if you really want that taken care of and you want granny taken care of, and this is a granny who needs to be taken care of, uh, I would suggest that you put your thinking hats on and start figuring out where you're going to vote, how you're going to vote, and how many friends you're going to take with you to go do it. So,
the federal government employees got a raise, military,
mm-hmm,
certain percent. I can't remember what it was, but it was a nice raise.
mm-hmm.
So Joe is getting her done. His administration
Mm-hmm.
doing the best they can without Republican help.
With Republican lies. Yeah, Ian, we want to stay monitorized, Ian. It's not now. YouTube's fixed it so you have no choice about whether you have ads run around your shows. And I apologize to everybody for that, but there's nothing we can do about it. And everybody else hits you up one way or another. But and it's not that Scott and I are in this for the big bucks, but if we can,
Yeah, much of 2023, YouTube was messing with my channel.
yeah, they like to demonetize. They don't like your spiritual essence, Scott.
I don't get it. Gosh, I'd say over half my videos were demonetized after the fact. I had them review it, and they all got kicked back fine. But yeah, I mean, not that it's a lot of cash, but
it's enough.
$10,
to pay your computer bill.
$20 every video was lost because of YouTube or messing with me. So I don't know if it was people reporting it or the algorithm, because I didn't hear anyone else.
Oh, they hit me one time, and I went right back to him and said, "Date and time stamp, and I want you to send me a letter of complete explanation. Show me we're in the rules. I broke anything." And within 3 hours, I had a reply back saying, "It's all up and fine. Don't worry about it. We're sorry. Oops." Not that we're speaking badly about you, YouTube people.
Yeah. Deb pays for the premium. I finally got ourselves a smart TV this year. So up in the living room. Things are kind of nice. How you can watch your YouTube or whatever on TV and whatnot.
Oh, I've been doing that for years, but I have tech support that I get the best of anything that's techie. I get it.
Happy New Year, Chronozones.
Yes. Chronozones are going to join me next year when I teach my tarot class. They are going to come take it. At least one of them is. And that starts the 23rd of January, and it'll be all up on my website, right? I put it up on my website and realized I put the wrong date, so I have to go back and fix it. So don't look at it till after 1 o'clock today.
So if you haven't seen the thumbnail, this is, I don't remember the exact date, but approximately the end of December was when I made my first video and put it out there. So this is 4 years.
Very good.
That I've been doing this. At least once a week. It's been a lot more, but life has gotten me very busy at work and other stuff and grandchildren, more coming. And so I've changed my energy levels. So anyway, 4 years. So mainly we want to do a 2024 prediction kind of show. Something that's out in the ether, kind of general, how we're going to move forward, like the elections, of course, and the conflicts in the Middle East, things like that. So if there's any question of the
universal sort,
collective sort for the year, that's what we're going to take kind of. I personally haven't watched anyone else's yet.
I have, because I was laid up. I fell and hurt my knee, and I couldn't move, so I ended up lying in bed watching YouTubes and predictions, mostly astrologers. So
yeah, Earth changes. Yeah, it's kind of one. Oops. Kind of want to look at the weather patterns if it's going to change, that kind of thing. Gosh, moving.
What?
No, I was trying to star and it went.
Oh yeah, they don't send us our money, and then they make it so easy to run a show.
Oh, thanks, Aquarius Builder. Been avid viewer for 3 years. Nice.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I started my channel 3 years ago, somewhere in December. I think it was December 19th. But I was in such a bad mood this year, I didn't do anything about it. And
Okay. We've done that before. I can't remember. Were you on Sundays? Because I remember us doing another 12-month. Was it last year?
we did a form. Remember one time my guides told me you had to do the next 3 months? That was in the middle of the year.
I
So,
thought we did another 12 months. I can't remember when you started joining me
well,
on
we
Sundays.
can do one now.
Okay.
Okay, I got to go to my table because this is not one you can follow by listening to me talk about it unless you're really a good tarot reader.
So we're gonna get in the energy of a card and like 2 cards per month. We're gonna lay out. So 24 cards kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, when I do 12-month readings, we did a 6-month reading. That's what we did. In the fall.
Oh, 6 month. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to do is 12-month. And this is, if you were to get a 12-month, this one's for the universe. This one's for the collective. And the main energy that's coming in to the earth on these 12 months. And we've had a lot of changes. We've had a lot of energy bursts coming in. Where the sun's really lighting up. I don't know how you tell it's more lit than it was, but they send these lovely pictures, and so I'm gonna lay out 12 cards, one for each month, and Scott's gonna follow along. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And then I put a little modifier on this. The big ones here are Archangel Power Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. And these are Hanson Roberts. And the Hanson Roberts deck, having a second deck in this gives you a chance to have like 2 Knights of Swords or 2 Worlds. Or I still have not heard from the woman that a year ago I did her reading, and in her December she had 2 Fools. A Fool is the month, a Fool is a modifier. Well, I still don't know where she is or what she's doing, but so we're ready to go.
You can start. I got a couple more lay down for my. So you'll do January, then I'll see what I got for January.
Okay.
And then we'll rotate like that.
Okay. So what we got for January is the 7 of Ariel, which is the 7 of coins. And it says, you've invested wisely. You just need to have the patience for the harvest. And I think that's kind of a theme for this month. From some of what I heard, review your progress and make plans for the next movement. And what we have on it is what's stopping your plans from moving along swimmingly is people not talking to each other evenly. So that's going to be another month that it may be best to not watch too much of the news.
So yeah, I'm getting the major is a 5 of Raphael, the 5 of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be chaotic, according to this, in January.
That's 5 of Cups, dear.
Oh, Raphael's cups.
Yep.
Okay, there's that's lost. Wait a minute. What's Wand? Michael? No.
No, Gabriel.
You're right. Sorry. Yeah, it's cups. So that's like loss, some regrets. Looking for a silver lining. So there's still going to be some chaotic energy out there that hasn't been completed. And then it's
Well, you shocked? They're going to have how many hearings that are pushing us to the Supreme Court? But what I like about that 5 of Raphael is she's dumped the packages, but she sees something else ahead of her that she can get to. If you look on the chest of drawers on the other side of the room, y'all are saying, what are these people talking about? I know these cards very well. It's like she's abandoned what she looked at, but she is beginning to see a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. And then my cross was the 6 of coins.
Yeah.
Giving and receiving, repaying things. So there's going to be, what do you call that? Give and take, like
reciprocity.
Kind of like what Jack Smith and Trump's team is doing, filing briefs back and forth, trying to make things centered. So we're going to see a lot of that yet.
Trying to figure out the rules of the road.
Yeah. Same thing with, our government trying to create bills and whatnot. It's just back and forth stuff.
And Congress isn't in session. It's not like when they're in session, they're doing anything.
So
anyway,
I'm seeing a little chaos and a little upsetness in January.
Okay, what I got for February is divine guidance. That would be the Hierophant in another deck. And it says, search for the meaning in life. Consider the alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. That must mean Congress still not in session. But what's covering it is something's going to happen that's going to make us feel uncomfortable at home. The 9 of Pentacles is feeling safe in your garden. It's going to be reversed. And that's going to make I think people are going to finally say, we got to start doing something about this crap. So what you get, Scott?
I got great things coming in February.
What?
I think the changes start happening in February because I get the Wheel of Fortune first.
Oh, that's a great one.
New beginnings, the end of delays. It makes you feel like the GOP, stalemate starts to end. Things get better. We see progress on other bills. That could mean that long of a delay for support for Ukraine, things like that. And then crossed by the 9 of Cups, 9 of Summer. Wishes fulfilled.
Good. Well, then that must be the divine guidance wins, because they're still going to, it's going to come because we're going to feel uncomfortable enough. We're going to push for it.
February, there's also like Santos's election happens.
Right.
To fill and things like that. The special elections happen then too. So this is showing that there's a big change coming and wishes fulfilled starting in February.
Let's see what happens to us in March. Oh, we got the Queen of Gabriel, which is the Queen of Wands, and you can do anything you want to right now. Go after what you really want and you're going to be attracting the most helpful people. Something big must really be happening in February, because we got the 9 of Cups sitting on top of her. So March is going to be, of course, March is the lead up. Well, we have the lunar eclipse in March. We have the solar eclipse in April. It's going right across the part of the U.S. I live in, but it's going right across the U.S.
So maybe it could be the end of February then, if you're getting which is fulfilled in March. So so I got a start of a 2 of Wands energy. The card says 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. So there might be a little bit of energy that's stalemating, and we shouldn't give up, because it's crossed by the Queen of Cups, the love and comfort energy. So this energy is created by a motherly loving aspect that's helping immensely with this little bit of search for a compromise or something.
Mm-hmm. Light coming in. It's not flooding you out, but it's there.
Yeah. So
And also Pegasus nailed it. Pegasus said in comments, March and April seem to be striking. They're coming near the spring eclipse in April 8th. That may be true. So let's see what happens in the month of April.
ooh,
Wow.
woo,
Strength covered by the Ace of Pentacles.
oh,
Guys, this is good. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. And that's Archangel Ariel sitting next to the lion. And then whenever the Ace of Pentacles shows up, it means the values. It can mean values are changing, or it can mean we're getting new things and things are vastly improving.
yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a ton of pentacles.
Good. Yes, yes.
Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. That's the crosser. The start is the nine of that.
Ariel.
Nine of Ariel, 9 of coins.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another dreams fulfilled card. Hard work and beautiful things coming. So it feels like a justice type energy. It is also, we got to finish our taxes. But the Knight of Autumn crossing is protection. It's kindness. It's making things, attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like a very blessed time in April, where I think we get relief. It feels like a physical relief in April,
Mm-hmm.
like things calm down, or we get justice happening, or something really lightens us up in our spirit because it's a physical feeling this month.
Mm-hmm.
I like April. April should be really good.
Good. We can watch the news again.
Yeah.
May. Wow. Peace. Isn't that a beautiful card? I think it's gorgeous. It says, release the past. There's so much more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And what it shows is someone's retreating from the scene. So it may be, could it possibly be that for a blessed month, we don't have to listen to strange people talking shit? Bad boo-boo. No, that combination is not only is there just sort of a settling of letting go and feeling the release that we keep thinking we're going to find, but also we can retreat to a safe place and rebuild ourselves. What'd you get? And that's my birthday month, guys. So
yeah, May is mine too. So I said that was for Raphael.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
No, it's seeking out possibilities, seeking help, sense of community.
Mm-hmm.
Being aware. And then I had the Two of Spring, which is the Two of Wands, like in was it April? March or April had Two of Wands also to start.
Mm-hmm.
That's like anytime you have twos, it's usually you're trying to combine two things, make things happen.
Well, people are coming together, and if it's upright, it's a positive way. In a way, you've got the 4 too. Also, you got the number 4, which is building a new base.
So the community's expanding, kind of feeling, reaching agreements, and that kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, it's a wand energy, so it's out there in the atmosphere. It's like there's contracts and talk of things happening, trying to that actually may be talk of resolutions, like ending conflicts and stuff too.
That could be. Japan just gave Ukraine $1 billion. Thank you, Japan.
Someone's got to. All right. What's June look like?
June, King of Ariel. That's King of Coins.
Oh,
And it's going to be, and it's got the Ace of Cups reversed, which means it's going to be not based on emotional decisions. They're going to be rational decisions and insightful decisions. Not that they're not caring, but they're not based on emotion. It's not like someone running off and doing it. It's clear, carefully thought out what they need to do. So it's going to be a month when we're going to start to see some clarity of these paths, the change and the retreat and the rest, and they're going to start the movement here. You're going to start to see it there. I'd be happier if it was a knight. Knights really mean movement, but I'll take him. What you got?
the Emperor.
That's sort of what I saw.
Yeah, kind of. There's stability there.
Mm-hmm.
There's power. There's taking charge. And there's planning. And that's crossed by the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Autumn. This really feels like a stability situation going on here.
Sounds like 30 people left Congress.
Very well could be. There's more balance. There's more generosity. There's someone taking charge.
Mm-hmm.
This is really feeling, combined with May's resolving situations big time.
Mm-hmm.
More dreams come true kind of feeling. But it's powerful. June's going to be powerful.
July. Oh, wow. Okay, whatever they were planning here in June that the king, we have another king, which needs another major movement in our psyche. Keep your eyes on the prize, leave the details to others, experience that leads you to success, genuine concern for others. This is coming out of a real concern for other people. And the Ace of Swords is upside down, which means it's not stalled, it's moving. And the Ace of Swords stands for justice. So I think by July, some of the debates, they can go on endlessly for hours now about how justice works. We're going to find out in July. It's working. What you got?
15 decision. Is that the devil? Or is that Hangman? I can't remember.
That's the devil.
Yeah.
But that's when the devil lets loose of you get loose. Read the definition at the bottom. It's a good definition.
Yeah. So it's decision time.
Mm-hmm.
Release yourself from which hold you back. A need to detox, unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. This feels like the ending of the devils.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be a Putin time, ending of. I'm getting that huge sense of negotiations and an ending of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's our dictators in this world with 45, Putin, yeah, Erdogan, all these people, Netanyahu, because I have it crossed by the Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
Delays are over.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Karma coming.
Mm-hmm. Things moving.
It feels like the release of the devil. You know, the release of the bad times, the stalemate, you know, so I expect big things this summer. It really feels powerful.
And this is all during the convention time and getting ready for the election too. So September, it's going to be a little more peaceful.
August.
I'm sorry. August. A new emotional situations. I think it's going to shake everybody up so much they're going to have to sit down and say, now what do we do with this? Because it's the page of Raphael. How do we deal with these new changes? How do we deal with the messages regarding relationships and all kinds of invitations, but great intuitive breakthroughs during that time? And what we have is living comfortably on the earth.
Well, I got the Knight of Raphael, the Knight of Wands to start out.
Good. That means it's moving that way.
That's a lot of powerful moving forward. Committing to relationships. So August, technically, we will know who's the nominees. That's a lot of movement forward, introspection, energy. And then it's crossed by the Three of Spring, which is the Three of Wands. That's planning for the next step.
That's right.
Having a little bit of patience, but we're seeking how to make things, better. So it feels a lot of political stuff with moving forward. Yeah, there's good signs coming in August.
September. Oh, party. Three of Cups. We're having a party.
Nice.
Reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships and children and all that sort of good stuff. And there are three mermaids sitting on the edge of the shore on the rocks, sunning themselves. And it's not going to be a time of high introspection. I think after we go through these changes and we're feeling like we've had them, we're not going to feel like we need to stare at our navels anymore. Bad news for you and I on Sunday morning, Scott, but good news for people.
So I start out of eight of Ariel, 8 of Coins. That's taking pride in your work. You're still working on things. More training to be done. That could be like people boots on the ground for the election too. And then again, I get the Knight of Wands or the Prince.
Prince. Prince is
the Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Knight. Yeah, in there.
Yeah, more powerful energy, more action coming, successful challenges, making things work.
What a thought. Okay, this is key. October, right before the election. Oh, the King of Raphael, which to me is Biden, is King of Cups. And yes, it's safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things all at once. Follow your creative processes. He's going to be in a big part of the news, and he's going to be sitting in the position of hangman. So he's going to be giving out a lot of wisdom from what he sees. He may not be able to implement it all then, but people are going to be listening to it or aware that it's there. What'd you see?
4 of Coins, 4 of Ariel is starting off.
Right.
That's resilience. It's saving money. It's
balancing control.
Yeah. It's figuring out how to make things work. And that's crossed by the World.
Great.
So another great thing's coming.
You had another World too, didn't you?
No, I've had the Wheel of Fortune a few times.
Oh, okay.
But the World, your journey's complete.
That's right.
It's successes. It's bringing people together. 4 of Coins is similar to that because things are kind of locked in that sort too. October feels really good too, especially with that major arcana of the World.
Okay, now we get to turn over November. Oh, shoosh. It couldn't be better. That's the 10 of Coins, 10 of Ariel. And it says, There is very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. And its modifier is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords to me always means all of a sudden things are going to pick up. They're going to move. They're going to move quickly. We're going to move moving towards that. That means that if we're careful and we're vigilant, we're going to take our government back in ways bigger than just putting Biden back in the White House. With the buildup I see here, I see people listening, finally understanding. I think the press so misinterprets the average voter in America. They think the average voter in America is MAGA. They're the exception to the rule. They're not the rule. But anyway, I think this November's good. And I've done quite a few 12-month readings for individuals, and I have not seen one yet that didn't have a much better fall. Things really starting to line up and go in the fall. So
I have the Ace of Gabriel. That's the Ace of Wands, correct?
That's new beginnings. New beginnings.
That's passion. That's opportunity. Inspired.
That's right.
So some amazing things happen in November. So that would show a Democratic victory. Biden's our nominee. And then I had the Four of Coins again. The Four of Autumn. It's managing our resources. Achieving a balance. And saving money. And helping others. It feels like another sense of wonder, good times, but both October and November, I got the Four of Coins.
Well, that means people are stopping and waiting, and they're considering before they move.
Yeah, it's not a bad card, but it's a pause for
pause for
what we hold dear.
My December, we couldn't have gotten better. Justice. And the fight for justice and equality, rulings in your favor. Don't give up. And who's modifying it? The Page of Cups, which is the gentle messenger that spreads a good message. So December is going to be a real interesting time for all of us.
Yeah, I'm getting two swords for December. It could be a little chaotic. Mine. So Seven of Michael, which is Seven of Swords. It starts out. And that's taking a better course. That's the Deceit card. It's review.
The Two of Swords is the mind and the heart are fighting. And you know what happens when Democrats take over? They all start saying, no, it's better my way. So you have that, even though any of them's better than the other option.
Well, you mentioned justice, and the next card is Queen of Swords.
Right.
She's the Lady Justice card.
Right.
It could be, let's say, like Jack Smith finally gets around to indicting congressmen. Some may have won their seats again.
Yep.
And making deals and justice coming upon those finally.
Well,
swords are power. Swords are difficult times. It can be difficult times and challenging times.
They're double-edged. They cut things, but which thing are they cutting?
So the card of Queen of Winter here, it says letting go of people and things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career and divorcing from other individuals. It really feels like like you said, a justice kind of a month.
Yep.
getting rid of the lies and deceit. So I think it feels a heavy legal month for new things, new indictments or something like that. Cleaning up a closet, what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Work with that retrograde then. Okay, the other way you can read when you look at the 12 months is if it has a major arcana, which would be this one, divine guidance, that's February, April, strength, May, peace, and then justice in December. Wherever there is a major arcana, if you lay this out for yourself, you want to figure it out. If you have a major arcana in the base card, that's an important month. That's a month where the action there is setting up what's going to be coming up, or it's the culmination of it's been building up to. And and you're not going to have, well, you can have major arcana every month, but you really wouldn't like that because it's too much energy. You can't work with it. And the way I look at this for the collective and the way I would look at it for an individual, and with Scott's reading also, is these are the potentials of the energy within that month. For better or for worse, these are the most major potentials. And you look at like numbers you got a lot of, and we didn't have a lot of repeating numbers. So I didn't have like a whole bunch of tens or a whole bunch. And trust me, when you could have the potential for having 8 tens on this if you wanted. But what we have is a lot of base building. 13 refines down to 4. It's with a 4 here. I see base building here. I see some 10s on here, meaning we're coming to the end. We have two interesting aces. We have the ace of emotion, but it's upside down. But we have the ace, which means it's not as effective as it would be if it was right side up. But we have the ace of swords reversed, which means it's actually moving. It's not stuck in the ground. So the months that I see, because these two aces are together, I think June and July, things that happen in June and July are definitely going to set the markers for what goes on around us. April is an incredibly powerful month. And that is the one that where we'll see that's the eclipse. That's the big eclipse everybody's been looking for. I'm going to go away from my table now, but that's for those of you who wonder what a 12-month reading. It's one way a 12-month reading can look.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. There was only two months I had worries about as far as energy. I think it was maybe March and December. I think it was. Mm-hmm. The rest of them had, like major arcanas that crossed that made it very good. A 2 wheel of fortunes and a world.
Yep.
The one had a devil. July.
Yeah. Well, I had
getting rid of the evil in July.
Well, this card is literally death, but it just means everything settles into a peaceful way. We tend to think of death as being very violent or wrong, and sometimes things should die.
We do need the ending of situations.
We do. It's the fact this goes on forever with no hope, but I think I'm glad we did this collective thing, Scott, because I had not done a collective reading on the world.
Good. All right. The other, let's get into the other ones. Hello.
No, hello. I know who it is. It's nice. It's one of my children wanting to check in with me. So, I mean, my whole day's been, I got a phone call from my cousin and she may be watching the show. I'm not sure. And she lives in Canada and we grew up apart because we couldn't go back into Canada until I was 7 years old. She's just a little bit younger than I am. So we never really got to know each other, like, cousins that are around each other and all the time. But we reconnected and I'm going to talk to her on Zoom today. But it's, I'm having all sorts of people that don't normally call this time of day call me.
Solar flares in 2024. They're constant, Jeff. There's always solar flares.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of the sun has cycles, and it's in one of its big flare cycles. And it was actually, we've had many more this year than they had expected. So yeah, I watched that. I watched this little guy who's from Ukraine and he lives in Australia. So needless to say, he has kind of a weird accent, but he presents really good scientific information. And he was talking about the solar flares and they do affect us. And if they get big enough, they can really affect us.
So let's see if it's more chaotic than 2024. 3.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you see another Carrington event? That's the one that hit in the 1800s and actually killed 2 telegraph operators. This flare came in so much and went down the lines and blew people up that were next to their keypads.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine if something like that went through. It doesn't just get to come down and hit wires. There's all those little satellites that can blow up there that belong to Elon Musk.
Overall, it looks like things are going to be more calm and better here because in the end, I have 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the World, and Knight of Pentacles. That's stability. So I think there's going to be a kind of a climate change reset a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wheel of Fortune, it's changes. The world is all over. Knight of Pentacles is gradual. And 10 of Pentacles is making things better. So it's pretty good there. I see a heavy effect with the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of things might happen during the moon cycles that shifts. The 9 of Cups, the moon, and 5 of Wands. And so there is some chaos there. Wands would be more hurricane type stuff with winds, tornadoes.
Waves?
Not really waves with 5, the Wands.
Okay.
Because wands are more air stuff to me.
Okay.
They blow. It's a pentacle would be something of waves or flooding more so. So there's effects of I think tornadoes. Then I have the Empress, Ace of Cups, and King of Swords. That's flooding. There is going to be some flooding. Where Empress. I think that's unexpected areas. Empress is areas that have been secure.
They thought they were secure.
They thought they were safe. I think there's going to be some flooding in areas we didn't expect. So there's a shift.
Did you see the high tide that came into Ventura last week? Go find the video. It's like a tsunami.
Oh, yeah, there's huge wave.
High tide. So you're down there, and then they're running for their lives. I'm so glad I wasn't there because I could not run 2 blocks. I'd be out in the middle of the ocean. I'd be crab food somewhere. And it was huge. I mean, I was shocked. And I'm like, don't you people, I mean, don't they have things in the waves that tell them how high the waves are coming off the coast? Or am I just totally misremembering my National Geographic? But how could people want to go stand and watch this thing? And Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
that's
it was
right.
washing cars down the street towards the people that were running like hell.
So my last one, I'm seeing earthquakes. The,
Um,
the Star, Seven of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. It's telling me there's going to be more earthquakes. The Seven of Pentacles is always, it's like you're plucking your coins, but it can be movement.
mhm.
So it's telling me and showing me like rocks falling and stuff, and some damages of property. But I mean, in the end, it's all going to be balanced out. So it could be a little chaotic. It doesn't feel to me like it's going to be as bad as last year, but there's still going to be some.
I did the one card I had, it said yes, stuff's coming, but it didn't have any deaths. It was not like going to hit and take down a 40-story hotel or anything. At least not here. I don't understand earthquakes. I lived with them when we had fracking for a while near Dallas, and those are the only ones that have ever been around. I was in California when Mount St. Helens blew, but we were riding around in a car and I didn't feel it.
Well, my final cards, it does give me a sense that our climate change activity,
Mm-hmm.
what we're trying to do, is starting to take effect. Like it's turning the page and starting to move the other way instead of getting worse. But we're still, balancing out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Colorful, Jean Hall. Hello, Christina, Debbie, and Liz.
Hi, Angla. Angla's already almost into the new year in Finland.
Okay, one in your comments. Let's get.
Oh, yes. Someone wrote in my comments, and you wrote a lovely essay, and I will write something back to you later today. But they wanted to know about extraterrestrial contact in 2024. And that people keep saying it's going to be very public. And one of their questions was, how would we as humanity respond to it? I don't think I have to lay a card on that. I think I've lived long enough to understand that one.
I think we're going to be.
Yeah.
I haven't touched this deck in a while. I can't remember the name of it.
Which one?
But it is the Martian deck.
Oh, okay.
It is like a Martian oracle, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll grab my oracle. So I'll do like three of each deck on top and see what it says. Hi, Kathy D. Callie. Okay. Contact.
I'm going to use my steampunk deck. They're all covered with armor and things. So.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So we're asking, how will we accept it, or will it happen?
Yeah, whatever your energy is. I'm just thinking of extraterrestrial contact 24.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of it. Maybe last year I read. I think we may have done something like that when I was doing Mystery Theater with Andrea.
Yeah.
Like when, and I wasn't sensing it till like 2028 at the latest. So I think it's still 3 to 4 years away before there's contact or coming down in ships.
Well, I don't see it happening this year, but what I get is when it starts, there's the Nine of Swords. This is how we feel about it, Scott. It's coming, it's coming. But they're going to arrive in ways we don't expect them, because there's going to be the Page of Swords, but hidden, not very. And then actually when they arrive, it's going to be the Five of Cups. It's going to come at a time that people are going to see it as relief, not looking at what's wrong. But they're going to bring in things they want to offer us. This is the Four of Cups. And we're going to sit there and say, nope, I don't think so. And this is why I don't think it's this year, because it's not that close. But this is basically how we feel about it.
We're not ready.
We're not ready.
The overall energy of the
I mean,
planetary consciousness, we're not ready. But this is true, Aspie. Many of millions do have contact and do feel the energy, but
and some of it,
many of us are not ready. You know, when we have 30% of the population still believe in QAnon stuff, we're not ready.
well, you saw my thumbnail last week about the flat Earth. How embarrassing it was! Like, there's all these round planets, and there's the Earth going around and it's flat. Well, that's embarrassing.
So my 3-card drop, like we did the 12-month, I did the same thing with 2 different decks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first one, the Blue Avians and Love Yourself. Love Yourself is kind of like what we were just talking about. We're not in an evolved state yet to accept this. There's too many crazies. The Blue Avians talks about releasing karma and mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels like you need more positive reinforcement in the atmosphere, into the ethers of people acceptance and being ready. Next, I have the shadow self
Mm-hmm.
and simpler times.
Ooh.
Kind of the same thing. They're in the shadows, you know, but they're not ready for exposure. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
the shadow of the backgrounds. There's a lot of denial with the shadow self and shame. It's just talking about people are not ready for that yet. And in the end, it's all about energy and love. So they
Mm-hmm.
send their energy and do their work now. Syrians are about honesty and integrity, artistic, but this is all about love energy and sending healing. So they're doing their work in other dimensions and whatnot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't show me anything physical happening this year. We need to grow as a society yet before exposure or disclosure or whatever you want to say. And like nothing happened with those hearings. It was a little bit of a talk, and then poof, where'd that energy go? Where'd those bills?
Oh, government look at extraterrestrial. I know.
So I think it's years. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm going to stick with my prediction with Andrea, and I was getting 2028.
That would make sense. That would make more sense astrologically, although people say, well, that astrology is based on it being Earth-centric. Well, yeah, that's where I live. Thank you.
I don't know if you remember. I think it was with Andrea and Mrs. Theater, but I shared a dream I had, and it was about that topic. And I think it was when we were reading on the Phoenix Lights.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because Phoenix feels like it's the capital or the highway central of the extraterrestrial experience, kind of like the extraterrestrial capital.
Mm-hmm.
So in my dream, there was all kinds of ships, different sizes. Kind of gave me the feeling of like a Battlestar Galactica show.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of different big ships, little ships.
Mm-hmm.
Except in my dream, it was they were coming over a hill, but they were actually coming into my barnyard. We're at the farm, so in my dream I was being shown coming over this hill and all settling down into a barnyard in my barnyard. But they were showing me all kinds of different ships showing up peacefully. You know, so you got like a mothership and a bunch of little ones coming in. But I got the sense of it happening in Phoenix, coming over the mountains beyond Phoenix and then dropping in.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a correlation because when the Phoenix Lights happened, there was supposedly many, many ships and a big mothership.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. And they went slowly across the sky. It was a big deal.
Yeah. It just feels really slow coming in. It's like, wow. So But it was pretty cool.
I wouldn't worry about it, guys. People I know, I mean, I don't know any of those people who got taken up and tortured or whatever they said back when the reptilians were bothering us, but supposedly. Um, People I know who've had alien contacts and are happy with them are really happy, nice, well-adjusted people. So
Yeah, most are once they accept. But oh yeah, Kurt Russell was in a private plane and reported the fading lights. I seen a clip or a talk about that. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we heard the stories. The Walton family.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck was his name? Travis Walton.
Mm-hmm.
His horror story. That was pretty rough on him. There was a movie. He wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
In the '60s, the couple.
Yeah, the couple that got taken in New England.
Yeah. So I mean, there have been some rough stories out there, but generally they're been positive, especially the last 20 some years. Everything's been more positive. Growth.
It's not a thing that I'm skilled at. I have friends that are in our community who do it, and I rely on them. We can't do everything, guys. We just can't.
Okay.
Oh, do we really want to do this?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not going to think of who or whatnot, but I'm looking for cups or wands.
I'm going to ask if I personally am going to be happy, although I rarely read on myself, but.
Cups will be Democrat. Wands are Republican. I really believe
asking just the overall feeling about the outcome of the election.
Yeah, not who, what, where, and why.
Okay.
Because we don't.
Sort of a collective one, like the thing we just did.
Right. We don't know the people involved yet. The collective energy of the 2024 presidential outcome. Yeah, Travis Walton. I love it. Nice story. Oh, Kathy D saying it was over essentialized. Still a scary story, but yeah. Yeah, Betty and Barney Hill. Thank you, Dorothy.
Yes.
Okay. Give and take. Improvements. Jesus. Okay. The outcome is great, but there's going to be a lot of chaos up to it.
Your cards figured that out all on their own?
Yeah, the cards did. Just the cards help show proof of what your energy is feeling.
Right.
It's going to be chaotic yet. We're going to be moving forward better. As a collective, we're working on a positive outcome. Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Six of Swords. It's moving on better and working hard at it. There's going to be a loss of a candidate. Probably 45, I would say. Because I got a Tower, Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups. So the productive nominee is probably going to have a Tower moment. Things are going to be better, but there's a Ten of Swords coming in too. This is not the outcome. This is up to. The Empress, Hermit, and Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords can be a death, an ending of a situation.
Yay!
Hermit realizing. And delays are completed with the Empress. Things better. So I don't believe 45 is going to be the.
Well, I Are you done? Aha.
The,
No.
the outcome, 10 of
That's
cups
very good.
with a magician. 6 of wands victory, high priestess.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats win. So I think it's going to be out of chaos up to the July, August, whatever, when they finally get who.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's going to a huge downfall coming for 45 with a tower and a 10 of swords. So I see Democrats winning.
Okay. What I got was moments of glory in the garden. That's the 6 of wands. And that there's a change in the power structure, the Hierophant. And it's developed with enthusiasm as opposed to bleh. And then the out cards are the devil's gone and someone's leaving the place behind. The 8 of cups.
Uh-oh, the devil's leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always bad when you have a tower and a 10 of swords near each other in a outcome. The witch is dead.
It means it's done, it's done, it's done. I mean, well.
It's done its deeds. Okay. Where's the other one? Let's look at the Senate.
Okay.
The 100 senators. How's that going to play out?
Oh, we have a chance to get rid of Cruz one more time. Yay.
Polls are showing, early polls are showing Rick Scott in Florida is going to have a tough time.
Early polls here are showing either of the two leading Democratic candidates are tied with Cruz.
Well, you know.
I mean, he's the most hated man in the Senate. What is somebody? Lindsey Graham once time said if he was killed in the middle of the Senate floor, they'd take him months to figure out who did it.
Well, when you got so much, if you actually had laws and bills that actually let people vote in Texas, it would be a whole different story. I know you hate Rubio too, but that didn't work out so well.
Well, the Dems in Florida, I had friends working over there. And they said it's almost like they plotted to lose. They had no strategy. They weren't combining their information. They weren't doing anything.
Oh, that sucks. So they basically, the infrastructure gave up on Demings winning, huh?
Yeah. Well, there were Dems. It's the same thing that happened we'd have the House right now if it weren't for the fact that Cuomo took his baseball and went home. You know, he took all the people that worked with him. And he's the one who screwed up. He's the one it wasn't Hochul's fault, but it was things that have happened. And now they're redrawing that map. There's a much better chance there.
Much redrawing. It's going to make it so much fairer in most places.
Oh, we're going to like this reading.
Oh, let's hope so, huh?
I got a yes. I got a yes, 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 yes. I got a yes. Development of new contracts and information. And then someone's feeling like, damn, this place sucks. And then the middle one is the Knight of Cups, new messages with better attachments and people feeling better. Justice having something to say about this. So that may be some of the ones that are going away. And at the end of the day, the Senate gets into clarity away. That to me is a much bigger win than I think we get.
Okay. There's a lot of frustrations about the Senate in the past position. Strength, 3 of swords, and 7 of wands. A lot of the strength in the core of the Senate is brokenhearted. And, you know, it's the energy is like we can do better. Then I have 4 of swords, Page of Cups, and Hierophant. Four of Swords is kind of a sickness card. Needing for a timeout. So there may be... I hate to say that, but someone may pass. They may get complicated.
Oh, God. In a place that's full of nothing but 90-year-olds? Could that happen?
Look how old Grassley is.
They all are.
There is a sense of someone getting ill coming up into the Senate, needing to rest, and there's an offer to leave possibly here. And then I had the Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Two of Wands. Surveying the lands, positive energy, movement towards water. So there's a focus on certain. So what's near water? So Texas is near water, Florida, California, New York.
The whole East Coast.
So I think that those states, there's going to be a lot of focus on those states that are near water.
Yeah, the coast, yeah.
Yeah, the coast.
Well, the problem is they give up on the middle part, and if some of them would get worked, they could change.
Ian Grassley's going to hell soon. Well, 45 said it. You're all going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Four of Pentacles. Holding on to the house. Democrats are holding on to the house.
Okay, so reading the House now?
Temperance. No, I meant the Senate.
Okay.
I mean, holding, that
We're going to get control of it.
40 or Four of Coins is holding on. And the Temperance Angel comes in for a little assistance. The Four of Wands is a happy home, and the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Success. A marriage, things completed. So it's showing there's a possible passing of a nominee or someone else. Is that there could be a re-election, another election, special election because of a passing this summer or something. But I think we hold the House. I see it. It's
the Senate. Are you saying Senate or House? You're confusing me.
What?
We're going to hold the Senate. Is what
Yes.
Okay.
Seem to hold the Senate, but it feels like there's going to be someone that passes.
Well, that's the least amazing prediction in the world. It's like saying, going by the old folks home and saying, someone in there will die.
Very true. But yeah, it's because when I read that with the government situation, the Four of Swords, I just had this gloomy feeling that there's going to be a destruction because of a passing or a severe illness. And I'm talking about, we were focusing on the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be a little glitch on what's going on, but it's showing the Democrats hold. Showing the Democrats hold.
It's realistic if you're thinking about the numbers that are in there. And I'm old, so I can say that. And it's not ghoulish.
So
it's realistic.
With the House, all the redistricting being done and new maps and do nothing Republicans. Let's see the outcome of the U.S. House 2024. Way off that Senate energy. Evelyn, I was sensing it's Republican. Like a stronghold type Republican. It could be a Grassley. So that was my sense. I wasn't sensing a Democrat having a severe illness or something like that.
It could be Mitch.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Mitch has severe health issues, the freezing episodes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Is that crazy woman from the South whose name I don't know, who's older, who started screaming at somebody when they asked about something? And
Virginia Fox?
Yeah, then she tried to put some rule forward, and her staffer had to come teach her how to read the paper.
Oh, good Lord.
It's gonna be her.
She's sealing her outcome. People won't forget that in the ads.
No, it's
They're making the ads write themselves.
yeah. She's from like Alabama or something.
I think Virginia.
Really?
Virginia or West Virginia, something like that.
Well, it's going to be an interesting ride. It starts off with something shady going on, but it's a yes, and then a happily fulfilled place, which is a yes, which means some races are going to go, but ultimately the race is going to be based on judgment, and it's because the Republicans have no legacy. I mean, just have to put the number of days they should have been working and what they passed. If you and I had that outcome, Scott, when I was working, and now that you are, if you delivered 3 hams in a day, I don't think you'd get continued being employed, right?
Right.
And it's darkest before the dawn, but it's reversed, which means we've been through the worst of it. So I think the Dems are going to win, mostly because I think nationally they're just saying row, row, row your boat. Just talk about row. And when the Supreme Court takes away mifepristone, there ain't gonna be a woman in this country that wants to be near them, or men who care about women. So, what'd you get?
I'm seeing the Dems win with the Ace of Pentacles, World, and Two of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
But before my outcome, well, I'll show you it quick to prove it. Ace of Pentacles and World,
Mm-hmm.
prosperity, and a general. The World is combining all districts.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Two of Cups is a Democrat card. But prior to my outcome, there's going to be a bunch of GOP losses. Otherwise, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands. The Chaos Caucus is going to be indicted.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Chaos Caucus is going to be indicted. It's going to be death. 10 of Swords says here, death and ending of a situation or relationships. 7 of Swords, plans, hopes, wish card, highest minor arcana. And the 5 of Wands is that Chaos Caucus. Arguments, battles around. The 5 of Wands is what the GOP house is right now. And that's what I was getting in January of 2023 when we read on what's going to happen with the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a 5 of Wands energy the whole time.
Yep.
The current card, the current situation of the house leading up, so since we're 11 months away, in the current position, I have a short journey, movement, 2 of Wands, temperance, testing the waters, the temperance angel, things are moving good, and the Queen of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
The mother energy, the United States is my United States card. So that's saying, like, in the minds of as a whole in the United States, you know, polls are BS, but as a whole, they're favoring the Democrat society.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing a trifecta come in. That would be awesome. We get
Mm-hmm.
bills passed, make the Chaos Caucus go bye-bye,
No kidding.
make them irrelevant.
Put them in jail.
It's going to happen to some. Okay. Since it's been popping up anyway, we might as well look at this.
Okay.
The indictment factor. Is special counsel indicting more people yet? congressmen, lawyer assistants are those 6 or 8, whatever it was, co-conspirators that Jack Smith mentioned going to be all indicted, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the energy of more special counsel indictments.
Okay. Around January 6th or just in general?
In general. It's generally all that way. Because I really don't think there's any more with the documents. Unless Jack Smith.
Unless they really lose it on that woman and get her thrown off the case. That's the only. That one should have already been run.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible he can indict Meadows yet, because he was helping with moving documents or stealing documents, that kind of thing. But I don't think it's really tied to that case because his involvement was probably in D.C. Stealing the Russia collusion thing and whatever. So.
Okay, I got yes. There's a lot of more grief and sorrow to go around. It's judgment time. The problem is the magician is reversed, and that's sometimes when your abilities and skills are too pressed and you can't possibly get to all of it. But it's coming to an end, the world. And it's going to leave us an abundant legacy. So I think there's more. I think they're already written.
So yeah, I get, so in the past position, I get, yes, there is movement, but it's behind the scenes. And you mentioned written, 7 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
They're creating them kind of as we speak. The moon is behind the scenes of what we don't know. Movement in that direction with the 8 of Wands. And then I get 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. That could be sealed indictments, making a balance in the situation. 2 of Swords, which way do we go? But it also feels like, I mean, they just did officially get all of Scott Perry's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's movement yet.
Mm-hmm.
Slow movement, taking his time. Knight of Wands, High Priestess, 9 of Cups. It feels like Democrats replacing things. So 9 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. High Priestess is soul contracts, making things right. Secrets revealed. Knight of Wands is powerful energy. That's severe movement in the right aspect. It's making things right, doing the right thing, whether it's gonna, be in prison time or not. It's about doing the right thing. So doing the right thing in a strong movement. Sword of Truth with the Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, trying to get people to flip and whatnot. It's also offers to, it's bringing out the indictments. 2 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So I got 2 aces in the end. Bringing it. Ace of Wands is like a new rebirth too. So I got Sword of Truth, the double-edged sword, and the new beginnings with the Ace of Wands in the end. So yes, the most powerful 3 together. These High Priestess and 9 of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, bringing out the secrets in a powerful way. So yeah, there is more indictments coming, and I think it's a right thing to do, to not distract from 45's DC indictment, because it could all complicate things if you indict Meadows and all these other lawyers in DC. And there is a 5-year statute of limitations, so it's all good there yet. So yeah, I think we're on the right track there. Raining indictments. A lot of pendulums out there swinging a big yes. All great.
Mm-hmm.
Karen Meadows was the head of the Freedom Caucus, and it's his fault. Oh, those conspiracy theories and whatnot. Well, you know, they did it to themselves, and they deserve it. Okay.
Do we want to answer about that lady who's running, who's yet another Russian name I can't say? Has put her thing in against Putin to run against him.
Oh, did I?
You started.
Oh, I did start.
If you hit start at the top, you'll find her. There she is. Yes. Valeria Woodford asked.
A prime minister of Russia in the next 5 years. So this is a current politician.
She's put the paperwork in. She's a journalist.
Oh, good Lord. I hope she's not. I hope there's bars on her windows.
No, she lives in a basement.
No high-rise meetings then.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch. I was gonna use this deck completely on the 2024, but
no, this is different.
This one I'm gonna grab my deck.
Okay.
Yekaterina Denikova. Next 5 years for Russia.
Mm-hmm. And Lady Valeria, you deserve 10 points for spelling that.
Definitely. Louise says the lady running against Putin has been charged already. Not sure if she's in jail. Good Lord.
Well, let's see if there's any chance, you know.
Have you seen a picture of her?
No.
No. I'm trying to see what my vision of her looks like. It looks like she's got darker hair to me. If I'm thinking of the right person.
I got a yes and a no. And she costs them because she's striking out at the boldest time against him, which is the Ten of Swords reversed. She's really going to be sort of person people can hang their hat on, since Navalny's at the edge of the North Pole playing Santa Claus, not by his own choice. She's going to hold tight. People around her, they know all the games he's going to be playing. They're going to try to make sure that her wishes don't come true, which would mean to me she's probably not going to win. But she's probably a dark-haired woman, Scott, because it's Queen of Pentacles. She's a supporter of generosity and solidarity. She's giving people somewhere to come and put their energy. But that's a yes-no. That's like he's got to live.
Denisova is a 40-year-old mother of 3, Karen says. Cece, members of the Central Election Commission voted and unanimously reject her candidacy. Of course. So, the Page of Cups, she's coming out as a Queen of Swords to me.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Swords, 5 of Wands. Conflicts on her being the offer of the presidency.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a male figure coming out with information to try to jail her. 8 of Swords, so they want to try to jail her to put her away. But I don't see a presidency or anything, because like you had the 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Upside down.
Mine was reversed. It's not
upside down. Well, that's how I read with 3 together. Tell me, but I have a Tower coming, a failure on her wishes fulfilled. The prosperity she wants, wishes fulfilled, has a Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see her being any elected things. There could be controversies. It's kind of like journalists and protesters. Just lock up your opponents. So the Kremlin wants nothing to do with her being part of the government.
Mm-hmm.
So like Cece said, and others already, they're already discrediting her, saying she can't run.
Somebody put in the comments, I figured Putin's already dead by now. That may be true. That may be why I say you have to say, can she run in the Kremlin? Because we're not altogether sure Putin is around. What about Ukraine conflict?
Yeah.
Yes, there is one.
The future in 2024.
Okay.
Is it finally gonna end or get better?
Okay.
In spare time, who knows? When it first started, I had an energy of December, ending, but it might be even longer yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked it took this long with all the troop losses and warships and planes and
Yeah, but it's starting to screw up the international.
sanctions.
It's starting to screw up the international shipping lanes because of how it's spread into Israel, that area. That might stop it because there's a lot of people who have a lot of money that's involved in that.
2024 Russian.
Oh my God, Scott.
What's good or bad news?
Great news. First card's the Wheel of Fortune. I asked, what's the outcome for the war for Ukraine this year for Ukraine? Then they make it. They keep getting the help. They keep getting the help from the Hermit. Then I see spring is going to be huge for them. And then there's going to be no more crying over spilt milk, no more looking at regrets. And then the out card is the Ace of Wands. That's the summer. So stuff's going to happen in the spring that's going to lead into them being out of this conflict in the summer, and it's good for them.
So generally, the world, of course, does not want this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, and the World conflict. So the world is bringing money and judgment upon Russia.
Yeah.
We definitely need the USA to continue support. Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess. The secrets revealed. Whenever I see the High Priestess, it always gives me that sense of a soul contract or things changing. The way things
stuff going on we can't see.
Yeah,
even readers can't see everything.
Yeah, history recurring. Things coming again, but Seven of Pentacles is still plucking your coins. It's a little bit of frustrations. And then I have the Page of Cups, Nine of Swords, and Magician. That's telling me offers, how to end things. A magician, someone could be Biden or could be, Blinken or someone is going to factor a deal in here about this frustrations and making it end. The Nine of Swords is letting go bad emotions within Russia. So there's an agreement coming here at some point, how to end this. In the end, I have a celebration, a cooperation, Two of Cups. I have the Sun. Sun is the best cards in the deck. Rebirth, marriage, proposals, Knight of Swords with the battle, and the Five of Wands. So the battle is kind of tough here yet in the end. The Five of Wands, there's a lot of rebuilding to do, trust and whatnot, but this is showing an end, but it's a long, even though it's an agreement, nothing just folds out into prosperity, So it feels like a lot of rebuilding coming in, and how to Knight of Swords can be war crimes and stuff too to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
and how to prevent anything like that's happening again. But to me, it shows the battle's over this year.
Yep.
Yeah, the sun is right, Lori. Having that sun come up is a very good card.
Yes, sun's a great card. Either way, right side up or upside down. Better right side up, but
Okay. And the last one I have bannered is Israel conflict.
okay.
I didn't want to put war in there. I hate the idea of wars, but the areas divisive nature and conflict. And there's even more going on with Syria and
Oh, they're all starting to get their 2 cents worth in, yeah.
there's too much fighting and weapons going on in this world. Syria, Iraq, Iran, there's fighting going on there with Hezbollah and the Kurds and ugh.
I'm gonna go ask and what's the Mideast going to be like at the end of 24. I'm gonna go right to the end. Nowhere fast. Offers are going to be made and then they're going to be rejected. It's just going to sit there in an impasse. Nobody's happy with what's going on, but there's no clear direction to go in. It's just going to be a stalemate to the end of the year. Sorry, folks.
A lot of angry terrorist organizations in the Middle East. Count our blessings, we're not alive and a human being in that area. Be grateful that we're here looking from the outside and just
And the biggest threat is they're going to hit you with their red hat.
Yes. Okay. In the past, I have the Knight of Swords, the battle, the Ace of Wands, it's how they want it, the conflict's how they want it, and then money. With the Two of Pentacles, how to juggle the money in situation. So the current is all about how to end it with the new beginnings, but if you ain't going to give us a proper deal and how, it's not only about beliefs and religion and what you believe, it's also about how they can get rich.
That's right.
You can see how the Gaza, not Gaza, but yeah, in Gaza with the Hamas people, that they built all those intricate tunnels instead of giving money to the people. They made it about war instead of what it's supposed to be about. Next, I have frustrations with the Seven of Wands, Six of Pentacles, how to give and receive, Eight of Cups. So someone's going to have to walk away here.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be a walking away. I think Hamas is eventually going to have to give it up. Moving forward, I have the Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, and Death. The endings. Another ending situation. So the battles and the frustrations, how to, in the beginning, or the current, but then we're moving forward within the next few months, the frustrations and the double-edged sword. Page of Wands is talks, and then there's an ending. So either way, they're destroyed. Hamas conflict is over. There's going to be a lot more deaths, though. Five of Cups, Four of Swords, the Hermit, and Queen of Pentacles. I think there's going to be a lot more deaths. Getting at the leaders
Mm-hmm.
So there's more war coming, more fights to get rid of the leadership until there's surrender. So I'm not showing any agreements in this scenario, like a page of cups or, you know,
No, I don't see anybody agreeing about two states or anything else. What
nothing.
really made my heart drop yesterday is I was listening to, because when you're listening to YouTube, sometimes you get to the end of your show, it goes into the next thing, and it was someone talking about the oil reserves that are off the edge of Gaza that Israel has to get through Gaza to get. And I'm like, oh, not oil again. It's like Vietnam. They said there was oil in the South China Sea, remember?
Yeah.
And those guys will chase that to anywhere, even if we should be getting rid of burning fossil fuels. So are we about ready to call this, Scott? Because I'm about ready to call this.
Yep.
Do you want me to do a quick throw in the garden for how our heart should enter 2024?
Sure.
Okay.
One more quick one. I know it's been a long energy one, but
What is it?
yeah, whatever deck you want to grab
I'm going to use the garden.
the garden. Yeah, go for it. I was just trying to think what deck I want to grab. Something I haven't used in a while.
You have some pretty ones. I got one for a solstice gift. I got it from Marianne at Revealing Light Tarot. I got a cup. I got her deck. It's very nice. Very nice.
Happy New Year, personal transformation.
Okay, we're good here.
Oh, good Lord. All that gas and oil under Gaza. Up, it says. Wowzers.
Yeah, that's just. And since I live in an oil state, I know how greedy those little turkeys are. Okay. I'm going to throw in, and this is where our hearts should be moving into 2024. This is direction from the garden on where your heart should be. And it's based on body, mind, spirit, grounding, and clarity. Okay. Okay. It's making me work. We need to be grounded right at the center. This is fire, water, air, and earth. And when this grounding hits right in the center, it means all four of those elements need to be hard in our hearts at that time. And it says to us, mental actions are our path to abundance, and that clarification comes through dealing with your past. Spirit is transforming us right now, but it's not yet finished. But grounding changes are settling in to long-term patterns. So what it says when all four of those are involved is we need to get our thoughts clear. We need to clear out the ghosts from our past. A lot of new stuff's emerging in us, and we need to be very aware of it, and that we're settling into long-term patterns now in our coming life. So then what do the other stones tell us? Man, this thing's working me hard. Because when a stone lands on a line, I have to read all three. So this is our spirit, and our spirit is, this is another warning like this one was, to not stay too tied to the past. That's wrong. And that we need to break from previous experiences in order to move forward into a productive new year. And going in the right direction, but we need clarification. So when we enter 2024, we're going to want to do better, but we're going to be really caught in a bind about having to work through some stuff we haven't finished untying ourselves from. Now, our clarity is sitting in the future, which makes sense when I'm looking at this. And it says, ideas planted at this time will flourish. So if we can get all this stuff straight, then we can move forward and really have a shot at doing something positive. So now where is our mind and our body? Our mind is in the path forward. Our mind wants to move forward. Our minds are very open and watching for changes and how to move forward positively. But our body is still tied to some we need to, when your body's in false, it says listen to the signals from your body. So that's like do a gut check on all of these thoughts and things that are running through do a gut check because your body knows what's going on. And right now, physical changes are really coming towards you so that you should be able to grow. So what this says is, which kind of makes sense, get centered, get real about 2024. Let go of old stuff. You've got a couple places where that says, and your mind will be opened up because you're getting new impressions from the future. And what you start now is setting itself into long-term patterns. So don't do one of those 3-day wonders where you think you got it conquered. Pick a plan that reminds you constantly of where you want to go because you really have some interesting, wonderful places to go. And that's where it tells you to be in 2024. And what you got?
I forgot what deck this is called. You remember that what that's called?
What do the symbols look like in the other side?
It's an oracle kind of deck. Starseed, I think it is.
It's a Starseed Oracle. Yeah, it is.
So I've tried working with it. It's kind of complicated. I mean, it's got a big book to it and everything, but so I have the 7 star sisters, I'm sorry, and we are Hathors.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of tells me about, the circle of life, the path, the past, reoccurring. But there's a deep love, for our existence, our souls, So the 7 star sisters says, birthing creation's tapestry of life expression. I'm sorry is defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. And we are Hathors of deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me the sense of showing how the past reoccurs. So we're getting the sense of loss here. We've had a lot of mass shootings, wars going on, people die.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's the circle of life, unfortunately. But there is that deep love of our souls from the universe of why we are and how we should be in the continual growth of our souls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just telling me about that, just to recognize we are here for only a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
People get in accidents, people have heart attacks. I just had a cousin, 60 some years old, passed away of a heart attack. His whole family, uprooted. He farmed his whole life. Great guy, helped out anything. He would be my second cousin on my grandmother's side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough when you expect one of your loved ones, your father or whatever, passing at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
My mother passed at a young age. When you hope they make it to 80, 90 and have a fulfilled life, and uprooted 30 years prior, grandkids, sons just having their own kids and new marriages, and his sons are in their 30s, late 20s. It's rough, but this is just talking about the circle of life, and we are loved as souls, and we have our purposes, and hopefully we can grow as a evolution of a soul and love each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a circle of life, and we will pass it one day.
But we just need to go in and do the best we can with the 1st of January 2024. The
Right.
best vibrations you can carry in, the calmest vibrations you can carry in are the ones that are going to help you. That's what my reading's about. Because what you're doing right now is setting into the long-term pattern of your life. And that's what's happening in our planet. Because as of today, the only thing retrograde is Uranus. And it's going to go direct on the 23rd of January. And then we have until in the first 2 weeks of April, we have no retrogrades. We have no, you can't go blame the planets. You got to take responsibility.
Because I think that it's mainly talking about all these innocent souls that have passed lately that we see all over.
Yeah, and COVID's coming back.
And COVID, everything like that. It's kind of a sad time when we lose a lot of loved ones. But
and they didn't do anything wrong.
growing.
That was just their part.
You're right.
How the universe played.
Fire in the universe plan. It's sad, but it's just doing our best as a soul to the Hather is the mother's love, and the unconditional love, and that we are loved, and put that out there of that loving energy for everyone,
right,
to change.
And you take care, and thank you, Karen, for your kind thoughts. I love reading in the garden. The garden always has lovely forward-looking messages for us, and I was glad to do that today. I was glad we got to do the 2024. Now we can all go back and watch this tape and see how right or wrong we were.
Yeah. Well, blessings, Nancy. Thank you, everyone.
Well, see you later, Scott. Stay warm.